Let's have a look at some of the most common questions and myths that we get asked here at Ultrasun. So first up is SPF just for summer. Now, simply put, UVA rays are around us all year round. They penetrate cloud and they impact cumulatively beneath the skin's surface. So it's crucial that you apply a broad spectrum SPF every single day. Next question, which SPF is right for me? Pick your protection to suit your skin's needs and the environment that you're in. So think about your skin tone. Where are you going and how much sun exposure are you likely to have? These will help you to make the right decision. Now, not all UV rays are the same. Let's have a look at them. UVB rays, think B for burning, are the rays that will cause your skin to burn. Now, those rays do fluctuate. They are strongest on the hotter days and when you're in hotter climates, and they can't penetrate glass. UVA rays are longer waves and they penetrate deep into the dermis where they cause long-term damage. Those rays are present in light and they can penetrate glass, which means that you're exposed to those rays every day, regardless of the climate and the season. UVA rays cause up to 90% of the signs of premature aging and long-term cell damage that may cause skin cancers. EU law demands that all SPF formulas sold within the EU have a UVA filter at a minimum level of 33%. Ultrasun formulas contain between 85 and 95% UVA filters. So the next question, how long before we go out in the sun should we apply SPF? Simply do it first thing. Always apply sun protection to cool, clean, dry skin, ideally indoors 15 to 30 minutes before going into the sun. Now here's a tricky one. If you apply extra layers of SPF 30, does that equal an SPF 60? Simply put, no. When layering SPF, it's not cumulative. So applying two different layers or two of the same SPFs doesn't increase the level of protection. If you mix your SPF layers, you'll only be protected to the higher of those two SPFs. Now, I bet you've heard this. My skincare contains SPF. Isn't that enough? Now, often skincare and makeup will contain UVB protection of about 15 to 20, but that isn't enough for a number of reasons. Applying a dedicated SPF delivers that broad spectrum protection that we were talking about from the UVA and the UVB rays. Secondly, we don't apply enough skincare or makeup for effective protection. And finally, the UV protection in those formulas will degrade after a couple of hours, which leaves your skin vulnerable. So we recommend a dedicated SPF. Now here's another common one. People tell us, well, my skin always goes red before it goes brown. Trauma tans don't last. It's a big myth that we have, but actually we see that this belief leads to more skin damage and skin cancers every single year. As soon as your skin reddens, it's a sign that your skin is in trauma. Lowering your SPF, prolonging exposure will only lead to leaving your skin tanless within days. Using an SPF will actually give you a deeper, longer lasting tan. Another one, does darker skin need sun protection? Now, this is a myth. Darker skin does need sunscreen. It does have a natural advantage with a natural SPF of around 13, but it's still not enough. Broad spectrum sunscreen of about SPF 30 and above is essential. Darker skin, as we've said, will still burn and suffer damage, including cell mutation. That's a sign that further damage is happening further down in the dermal layers. In addition, UV rays are chief instigators when it comes to uneven skin tone and hyperpigmentation, as it sends the melanin producing cells, which are called the melanocytes, into a production overdrive, which causes patchy, uneven, blemished skin tone. Now finally, did you know the most common sites for malignant melanomas to occur for men or on the chest and on the back. And for women, it's more likely on the legs between the knee and the feet. Now, if you think about this, your ankles and your shins, and for men, the back and the chest are one of those spots that tend to get exposed as soon as the weather changes. And it's really easy to do that without perhaps putting on your sun protection. So one of the biggest risks is the regular low intensity exposure rather than that one-off burn.